And greetings again. We didn't quite start the original intended time of 1930, but that of course was an estimate, and as most estimates they might not totally hit their mark. So here we are, and still starting even earlier than scheduled, so at least 2 hours of fishing should happen, even if tomorrow morning is a bit earlier than usual. So we are trying to still get up to level 14 to be able to use live bait. Now we at least have better fishing lines, so we can use a bit like higher end fisheries, so that we can actually get the fish up from the water, which was yesterday the issue, that yes, we can catch bigger fish and can't pull them out of the water with the fishing line we had. So now it should be better, as we couldn't use the fishing net at will to just like pick the fish out of the water that way. So welcome again, and hopefully we get another level at least tonight. We'll see, like requires good fish to get sufficient amounts of experience. So let's return to the game. Hello there, Jax. Good to have you here again. How has your weekend been this far? Hopefully good weekend still, and not too difficult week coming up. Unsure if your school still continues this December, or is it done for the holiday season? So let's see which fishery to go for, and continue with trying to get more experience and also funds to go for further improvement in equipment and last week, alright. Hopefully that goes well and you get some time off afterwards, of course. So let's see. We do now have better equipment, so we can go to a bit more ambitious fisheries, like the Moraine Lake, or even the dam. Last time we actually at the dam kind of got pretty nice catches we couldn't pull up. So let's try the Kariba Dam again. It's quite impressive, like stand next to the dam and try to catch something. Last time we actually caught a lot of fish at first, but couldn't get it up due to the too weak a fishing line. So now we should at least have an improvement in that respect. But in turn like last night when we tried, we didn't then, after improving equipment, we didn't catch any fish for a while. So let's try again and see. Actually, this probably is what Briareo's success did, like fish from the top of the dam. Yes. So actually, it appears possible what Briareo's like success did. Let's see if we can actually fish from the top of the dam, which would be quite, yes, interesting. Like, yes, your hook is down there. And we have a bait, so let's see if we get any interest. Certainly interesting position from the top of the dam. So actually it's possible. Was not aware, as always changed to the side of the dam immediately previously, as was not sure where this location was. It actually is the top of the dam, so very interesting. And we have a catch also. Not fighting terribly hard, so let's see if our fishing line can take it. Alright, it's not a terribly big fish. Rainbow happy. Certainly a new fish for us, so it's new record and 6 experience. Let's sell that to recoup cost of bait, but it's still a new record because it was a new fish for us. So certainly we can catch fish from top of the dam. Interesting. So let's try for more. Certainly like something a bit bigger would probably provide more experience also. Quite a long cast, like also quite a few meters downwards. Interesting design. Especially here the kind of like quick view window of the fishing bobber is quite important, as you can't really see it down there, so quite important feature for this kind of position overall. And then we wait for some interest, unless it takes very long, might move to another position. It's quite interesting, as this map has both like the dam area and some of the river, so there are a bit different fishing positions for this map also in that respect, so it's quite nice overall. Unlike the other river one that has only river sides, and it's kind of, I haven't ever gotten very good fish in that map, which kind of is a bit confusing, that how you are supposed to fish well in that river also. And not exactly much happening, so let's reel that. And immediately when said it, actually got a bite. Not exactly strong, so probably another like small fish, but of course we are going to reel that in and see. Alright, tilapia. New fish also, all of $3. You could release it for 0 experience, so it's 170 grams. Yep. Release for 0 experience. Still a new record, so let's switch next probably to the side of the dam, would think. So we are currently doing in position number 2. Check what number 4 actually looks like. It's quite similar, but it faces in a different direction. These are actually quite interesting. You can fish like from really high, the kind of like the side structures of the dam. And then we also have the river proper. This also like a concrete structure or a stony beach. Yeah, it's more of a stony beach, so it's still quite high up. Alright, now we can cast like down the river. Let's see. So let's cast from here down the river and see how that works. There we are. A bit different position, like almost right up to the water here. Pretty nice kind of quite steep sides to the river in this map also. And let's see if we actually get any interest here. Kind of wondering if some other type of bait would be better for this location overall. So let's wait a while, and if nothing happens, let's check the kind of like which bait possibly higher level one covers the fish species in this fishery well enough, as it seems that not getting that much interest yet, at least. So let's see if we should be using something else bait wise. Yeah, let's check the so we have in this fishery tigerfish, various catfish, tilapia, the happies and killifish. At least this works for the catfishes. artificial egg is kind of specialized. As is also natural egg is quite specialized. The kind of high-end, at least for tilapia, and some of the happiest, the grasshopper also works, which is quite high level. Then we have the coveted live bait for the Marlin. Let's try with the cut bait and see if we catch any like wundu catfish or electric catfish or something interesting. So let's buy a few of those and see what happens. At least that's like a proper big bait. Apparently we hit the bottom, so let's try again, like maybe go to the dam. Let's try from the dam side. Yeah. So we can cast kind of like down the dam structure from here. There we go. And let's see how that works with the cut bait. Not much yet, kind of wondering should we also have it at a bit more depth than 1.1 meters. Let's experiment a bit with that. So like let's put double the float line length and see how that works out for us. Alright, now we are sinking down to 1.8 meters. Also curious, like to see the faintly remember that you could also show the depth map from somewhere. Let's see if that does anything. doesn't really look like it, so let's wait a bit and try maybe again from higher up, couple of casts, and if it does nothing then probably will move to another fishery to hopefully catch something. It's surprisingly demanding at times with these river locations. It seems to actually get any action like. Interesting. Let's get that back in and move to the higher up position here. You can also go to the island, actually. Interesting. Let's see actually if we go onto the island here and cast down the river. The kind of like sand bar is also available, so we can like cast towards the dam from here. Interesting. Very nice fishing position, kind of like go down to the sandbar. There we go, nice long cast towards the dam. Haven't yet had much to say with the cut bait, because it should also be fitting for some of the fish here, but certainly like it's not been doing much for us, so let's try with the other kinds of bait also, as the cut bait kind of should like. Haven't ever had much luck though with the catfish. It's like maybe it requires like later in the day, or it's actually an interesting question if we change the time like. Night time like 2023. And most probably cast again. Let's also turn our flashlight on, which doesn't do much as it's so far away, but as it's in Africa comes really dark. Let's see if the catfish is more interested. Fortunately we can like see still the fishing bobber to a degree. Let's see if we get any interest, as to think that the catfish should be more active at night, so quite interesting question actually. Do we get any action at night? Doesn't look like there is any catfish interest either, like at least not immediately with the nighttime setting. So let's, after some trying here, let's again change time, like preferably like afternoon, and let's jump to the higher ground here. Let's see if we, let's first of course pull that up and change to the higher ground, cast a couple of times, then change the fishery, as it seems that I've had quite limited success here for now. Let's try again with the basic like, let's get wax worm and try that. So we do have good selection of bait at least, if nothing else. There we go. Medium length cast, so we kind of hit deep water instead of throwing towards the island too far. Or the sandbar. The sandbars are quite nice that you can stand on them while fishing. And then we see if we get further interest on the wax worm. In general, haven't had much success yet in this fishery, other than the couple of like really like early ones yesterday, which couldn't pull up due to the too thin fishing line, but seems that kind of not getting much action here now. So, and just as said that we get at least some fish. It's again probably one of the really small ones that's not giving almost any tension. Yep. It's funny when you have a very long lead due to the position. It's like you get really suddenly the fish comes up quickly. You record, yes, almost half a kilogram. Yeah, let's try one cast more and see. And then change fishery. Let's go again to the Canadian lake. You can also go canoeing there actually with the fishing gear, so it's quite nice. So we are again aiming to do a couple of hours of fishing, as it's quite nice to progress towards the Marlin. Do not think we are getting yet up to level 14, especially at this amount of fish lately, like getting up to level 14 to yet get access to live bait and to the Marlin, but at least make some progress. Like last night we did get one level up, so should be possible to at least do something also today, if catching like something a bit more demanding than just like a really small happy or tilapia, which is kind of like not yet sure what would be the best way to fish in these fish areas. Seems tried night a bit, but certainly no luck yet. So let's get that up and move to the Moraine Lake for some time at least. Lot of trout. Alright, that didn't get very far. Like cast directly from there and hit a rock at the beach. Push accidentally. So let's move out and so here we should have some good trout. So let's see. Which bait we would like to use. And this fishery we had golden trout, tiger trout, brook trout, brown trout, bull trout, cutthroat trout, and rainbow trout and pike. So let's first try with the wax worms then, which we already have equipped. And let's see if the float line is too long for here. Whether we get the 1.8. Easily. We also see a fish. So certainly there are some fish at least in the lake. So let's wait and see. Alright, that's a fish. And actually not the very small one, as it's at least fighting a bit, so let's see. Alright. Golden trout. Half a kilogram, so tells mostly to cover the cost of the bait, but it's still like some experience at least. Rather like the surroundings. Yeah. Good evening, Kamu. Good to see you. See you and welcome to fish again with us. How has your weekend been? Hopefully already all well. Well, as to remember that last weekend was not a complete success for our good fruit bat, and we have another fish to reel in. Not a very big one, as it's more or less. It's fighting a bit, so we'll see. Alright, that's quite feisty action towards the end. It's a bit bigger golden trout. Nice. sun also gradually rising, so we are starting to see the very striking color of the golden trout a bit. 1.3 kilograms. That's quite a bit bigger. 23 experience and we get $21 already, so that's a bit better considering the cost of the bait also. Oh, indeed, we also missed you quite a bit. Right, let's see if we get some more fish. This fishery has been quite a bit more successful usually than like. And there we go. Alright, this appears to be fighting actually somewhat, so let's see. Might be a bit more of a fish, kind of quite dynamic tension, so the fish is also having their own opinion about the goings on. Alright, just a feisty but quite small golden trout, like. Yes. Let's turn to the other direction for a bit and see how that works and how deep it is, as keeping the we get the full depth here. Yes, and it's easier to see the fishing bobber as sun is rising from the opposite direction, so we get some illumination also on the fishing bobber. Oh, good to hear that the weekend was already normal also, of course. Yeah, unfortunately, due to lack of a fruit, but our apple tasting didn't really go forward as we didn't have that many apples and lacked the fruit experts, so otherwise did pretty much all the activities last weekend that had planned, but the apple tasting didn't go forward. So maybe another time with the fruit expert present. Alright, that's even smaller golden trout, but now we get to see the striking pattern of the golden trout. It's really nice. Like for $4 and 4 experience. Yes, it's a fish. Want a bigger one. Yeah, also understood that you had actually done some pre-work for the apple tasting, so it was a shame that it was not realized yet. And there we go. Let's see if we would get a bit bigger fish, like yes, golden trout, and yes, it's very small, like keep getting smaller and smaller ones, like next is probably 200 grams or something. The one big one was very nice. No, indeed. Yeah, the plushies were there. Like actually we had especially put effort they had brought the both like the big plushies Also Kisu brought Lulu, so it was like we had the big plushies then occupying one of the beds at times. Oh. So then we again hope for fish, which would of course be also. Yeah, I would think that no strike. Alright, let's try again. Doing pretty well. Went cross-country skiing, as you may have noticed on Twitter the first time earlier today. Was pretty good snow situation already that you could, especially on the forest road, ski really well already. So was quite nice. Otherwise, had a pretty good calm weekend and not too. Work has improved also a bit, so and which also is visible that actually have gotten back to streaming, so less less exhausted lately. So in that respect, also think that quite good situation again. And it's been a while since the Skunk has been doing any game, so of course that's also nice to. Alright, really small cutthroat trout, like, yeah, 420 grams, it's at least 8 experience, so real big fish, yeah. Let's try a bit shorter cast here and see how that works out. Oh, thank you. Always do like the fishing game also, but had a bit of a break with those, especially as they are the newer ones, but the UI scaling for the Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2, at least until recently, was really poor. Like the UI was really small, so it was hard to see. Unlike this has really good size UI and with the kind of the instructions, so it's quite easy also for a fursuiter to keep track of the overall UI situation. So in that respect, rather like the older fishing simulator. We can like also view the fishing popper by zooming, which apparently worked to entice a fish or not, but in any case we. Alright, this is a pretty demanding fish already, like actually pulling away. Let's see if we need to even increase the brake setting a bit. No, it seems we are getting, yeah, that's quite a bit bigger golden trout. Really nice. 2.3 kilograms, it's a new record even, and 42 experience, so not bad at all. $36, so we are actually starting to recoup the cost of the bait. Let's cast out again like medium distance and see if we can catch more fish of that stature. That was already a nice fish. Our Christmas plans, not especially, most probably staying home and maybe working on a few things a bit. Most probably also streaming. Do not think we'll travel anywhere for Christmas, unlike the New Year's party as traditional. But otherwise, do think that no specific plans for Christmas other than staying at home and probably working also the days between Christmas and New Year's. Sometimes have had those as vacation, but this year the work situation more of tends towards working those, so most probably no other specific Christmas plans to think. What about yourself? Alright, let's try again. So kind of interested what hook sizes we actually have, like higher level hooks, like they are at least different colored metal. The equipment can't be changed during fishing, surprise, like let's change the hook. It's only in 2 meters of water, like switch the hook live. Yeah, that's of course nice if you are able to spend time also with parents well, so good for the kind of Christmas holiday season. Alright, and there's a fish. A bit smaller one apparently from the tension, but still a fish, and then we need to again choose bait. Very small brook trout, like half a kilogram. Very stylish fish though, with the red stripe and kind of like camouflage like pattern. Very nice fish. And then we need to consider what bait to use next. Let's again try in this direction as sun is gradually raising. And let's consider like what hook we are using currently. Size number 2, so we could use like a bit higher level hook. Let's see, like do like the kind of reddish metal here, so let's try a bit bigger hook also, as it of course affects the. So let's buy a bit bigger hook. And let's use size 6, so a bit bigger hook. And did the cut bait do anything with the trout? Not really. Brook trout, rainbow trout. Let's try that. Like for this hook we can equip 3 baits, so let's see what this does. Like bigger hook, more bait, maybe more and or bigger fish, unsure. It's good to experiment with the equipment, certainly, so let's see how that works for us. And then we wait if it works at all. Like size of the hook of course affects the size distribution of the fish possible, so we'll see. How that works for us here. Also curious how that would actually work in Africa, in the dam. So let's next visit the dam with that. Like cut bait might not either be optimal for this lake, as it mostly concerns brook trout and rainbow trout, and we have caught only one small brook trout. This far no rainbow trout, so it's kind of somewhat uncertain if the cut bait is here either, like the winning solution. But let's see for while how that works out. You also wonder what change view exactly gives for. Your hook size doesn't fit the size of the fish in this area. Alright. Ah yeah, this gives the kind of like underwater view. Alright. Clearly that isn't going. Let's see out of interest, like if we cast in the other direction, do we get the same hint, like you're using too big a hook? Which is well possible, of course, like that no sufficiently big fish here. Of course, it would be nice if it worked just like big hook, bigger fish, but you of course have to have fish population, because the game actually doesn't like generate fish when you cast, but it rather actually models the fish school fish population. So in that sense you can't get bigger fish than you have in your body of water. So might be that too big a hook. Might be more useful at the dam, maybe. Because there it seems that we got only like pretty small fish with the earlier number 2 hook, so we could maybe try a medium-sized option. Like, do not think this big hook is doing us any favors here. Number 7, like move from number 2 directly to number 7 and wonder why there are no takers. So let's pull that up and try something like number 4. Let's put 1 bait and number 4 hook. This isn't as red, this metal, it's like more of chrome like. Maybe it works well. We can of course examine it in the 3D view, like it rotates. So let's try with the number 4 hook and 1 bait for now. Like, can we do anything? At least we haven't immediately gotten the informational message that your hook is too big, go away. So let's wait and see. Somewhat also thinking that the cut bait is not doing us any favors here overall. So let's change bait next, because do think that the cut bait is not really doing much for us. The traditional red worm would be maybe, or even 2 of them. Let's see how the traditional red worm does. There we go. As certainly the cut bait hasn't yet worked for us anywhere. It's kind of like, should be interesting to some of the fish here, but not really that much of a hit this far. Alright. And that would be a pretty big fish. Still getting kind of like manageable tension, but it's certainly... Yep. Let's put some brakes onto it. Alright, that's a pretty sizable golden trout. 2.68 kilograms, 48 experience. Very nice. Very nice. And we can now see, as there's more light also, we can see the really nice pattern with the golden trout. It's very elegant, one of the most visually pleasing fish I've seen in the game yet. So it's a nice fish, and actually also gives some money for bait. So we still have some bait left, so let's cast out again. And so let's then cast out again like a medium distance one here, and see how, if we get more larger fish. The number 4 hook has seemed pretty good, and you can get 2 bait on it. Unsure how much the number of bait really helps, but like more bait, more fish, one would hope, which of course is not necessarily such a firm truth, but at least there are some fish bouncing around, so would be hopeful. And then we wait again, so let's see if the other direction would be better. At least not like doing too much here, so let's also try like more of afternoon as the time. Like now we should have a lot of light, and would be interesting to visit this spot and cast the whole distance of the lake, so let's see about that. There we go. Let's see if we get any interest here. Yes. This is also a pretty good fish most probably. Fighting back a bit. Alright, that's a pretty big brown trout. 3¼ kilograms and 58 experience, so quite nice, quite nice. Also has nice spotted pattern. And there we go for another cast. Would be interesting to know about the depth distribution of the fish also, but like whether it is better to have like 2 to 3 meters depth or 1 meter depth, but kind of think that should try maybe even a bit deeper, because this is the whole like breadth of the lake, so somewhat think that should be able to go for even deeper than 1.8 meter bait depth. Let's see, like wait a bit and then maybe experiment with the depth if we do not get any. And we have a customer, so commence fishing. Rake at 40 has been a pretty good setting this far, like unless we get a much bigger fish, because 40 kind of limits the run out while we are able to keep reeling in. This far has worked nicely. Alright, another brown trout, 2.32, so almost as sizable. Good, very nice couple of fish that build also some money for bigger equipment. Let's try like float line at 220 so that we get further depth. Let's see like how it works. At least this lake should have the depth to take. So now we have 2.6 meter depth. Let's see how that affects our fishing. At least without bait it won't do much for us. Let's stay with the red worm and buy like 15 of them, and could also equip them. That was like a really short cast. Even better when you actually put bait on your Alright. This should give us a bit more like experience about the 2.6 meter depth. So let's see what that does. Like, do we get any fish from that depth, as it's kind of the depth distribution of course isn't directly knowable other than through experimentation. And yes, we do have someone calling. Alright, this is big. Yeah, this is really big. Lowering the brake a bit even as giving it a bit of line and seeing, like, because it's fighting a lot. Alright, we are kind of getting less pull now, so let's increase the brake a bit and see if we can get it in. Yes. Alright. That's a big fish. 7.3 kilogram pike. 131 XP. It's a really big pike. Over 7 kilograms. 131 XP, really nice. And a good amount of 112, so that's a big fish. Nice. Certainly the deeper depth may have work. Yeah, that's a big catch. By far the biggest catch of the session yet, so statistics already show like we have caught 89 kilograms here. Biggest specimen is actually a brown trout, 17 kilograms. We have had really big fish at some point, but that was also nice the pike. So let's keep at that depth and hook for now and have another go, as that was really nice for sure. And we are still doing about half an hour, 40 minutes. We are aiming for the 2 hours. So let's cast out and see. Let's also see how far we are leveling wise. Yep, will be quite a bit of like 6,000 experience still. We are getting close to 1,000 kilograms of fish caught though. That might actually fulfill already this session 1000 kilogram fish caught whole like game time. So that's a nice statistic, of course, also. Oh, what are you playing, Jax? Ah, Valheim, yeah. Never really got into that. At one point, quite a few were streaming it, but haven't tried it really oneself. Like, remember you had to build a cow enclosure or something, and a house. Then you sank with the boat. That's pretty much what remember. Luna also long ago streamed Valheim at one point, like, and we were maybe like three people watching. Your hook size does not match the size of the fish in the area. Again, like, so the big fish are not very common. So let's try like number 3 hook for like out of interest how much it, for example, changes if we keep everything else the same and move to number 3 hook. So 4/0, so would like number 8 is smaller, so if we put number 4 and not number 4/0, and it takes 1 bait, so let's see, like number 4 proper. It's interesting like that /0 is a bigger hook. Again, like probably the system is from like 16th century or whatever, but it's not clearly totally logical. Like 4/0 is a bigger hook than number 4, so actually it was not directly like number 4 hook, but we were instead using like number 4/0. Ah, yeah. Usually there are like two streamers playing it. It's quite popular as a cooperative game as far as have seen. Alright, and we have some customer for the number 4 proper hook. Tiger trout, and yeah, using smaller hook you get very much smaller fish, like 430 grams. The right mouse button is supposed to cast near, and it indeed casts really near, like. Worse difficulty. Alright. Mistland of course sounds kind of worrying, like dangerous. Like fishing right next to your. At least the water is quite deep, as we are pretty much fishing next to our own footballs and still have 2.6 meters easily of water. Would change fishery in a while for the last half an hour or so. At least not much interested fish in the very close quarters, it seems. Like, yeah. Do wonder what the hunter vision actually does, because... Alright, you see fish like as kind of green in dots. Unsure how much that really does for you. You see like, yeah, there are fish. But of course that doesn't mean that you catch the fish. Alright, let's try to get one fish more here and then change fisheries. The big pike was a very nice catch also. So have you been then, Jax, playing the Mistland for a more difficult Valheim experience? Alright, and we have a fish. And it's at least a bit bigger. Probably can for now give the break at the current setting, as we are winning. But it's a bit bigger, as it can kind of like pull tension. Yep, like a trout. 1.8 kilograms. Nice. Very nice patterns again also. Good. Let's change fisheries for the final part of the stream also. Yeah, swamp. Of course, you have to get iron up from the swamp and process that, which was the classical way to get iron, like from swamp or lake, and you had the iron ore there, which was quite hard to get. So in that respect, sounds quite correct. So let's change fishery. Are we yet up to 1000 kilograms? Almost, like one a bit bigger fish, and we are up to 1000 kilograms of fish caught. Let's see, like winter. Yeah, you can. We haven't been ice fishing for a good while. The Amazon river is certainly something different. We haven't yet even tried it, so... unsure if we can catch anything in the Amazon River, because it's kind of already a specialist location, also real world fishing wise. The Amazon River, do know, it's kind of like fishing in the Amazon is not a simple matter. You just do not go fishing in the Amazon like that. Then we have to check like what fish we even. Alright, we have quite a few positions, like, and kind of like more Amazon Delta, and then kind of like the big river. Alligator car, Arapaima, Silver Arowana, clearly the names are local. Electric eel, yep. Oscar Pyra, Peacock bass, Kuma, piranha. Wouldn't want to encounter the piranha. Red-tail catfish, tiger, surubim, and tambaki. So, what bait would we need? Like, does the traditional electric eel at least, like, at least some of the fish are mentioned, so let's keep using the traditional redworm, like, buy more, and let's try with the 4/0 hook. Or kind of like expect a bit bigger fish, let's see. Change to fly fishing, that wasn't my intent. Alright. Also go boating, but let's see what we can do directly from the land. Let's see if we can get the 2.6 meter depth easily, so interesting to see like what happens in the Amazon. If nothing, because usually the rivers haven't really been the strong location for this one this far in this game, so we'll see. At least not much happening yet. Let's wait for some time and see, like, is the number 4 hook then the right size? Always interesting, because you need different hook, different depth, possibly different bait for different fisheries, so rather like the overall kind of like concept in the game that you have to also tune your equipment, sometimes also technique, and it's also kind of like would one need to do fly fishing here? Haven't done much fly fishing for a while. Kind of do not even know if at least electric eel certainly isn't for fly fishing. Can certainly say that not much is happening currently. Let's, like, out of interest see like the hunter vision. There is some fish there, so not like totally hopeless, but let's cast like into the other edge, like, because there were a couple of fish there. Maybe they will pay attention then or not, but At least that would be the direction where the couple of fish were, not like exactly a fish galore, so we know that there might not be that much to actually strike. The hunter vision is mostly useful for like knowing that there are fish. It would seem, hadn't really used the function before, now noticed it in the key map, so it seems that the hunter vision is more useful for seeing that there are fish in the first place foremost. Kind of would note that yeah, there are fish, but they do not appear to be that deep, so let's first of all experiment with changing the float line length to like 1 meter. It's interesting to experiment like with the overall what makes your fishing. As it appears the fish are quite close to surface here. At least we haven't like gotten the notification that would be using too large a hook, so and fish appear to be pretty sizable from the outline views, so would think that this should theoretically work, but is even 1.4 meters too deep? Let's like drive it like 65 centimeters and see what that does. Like now we are down to 1 meter only. This doesn't really appear to be doing much for us, so curious if dry fly fishing does actually go any further, as we haven't actually gotten a single bite yet in the Amazon, so curious, like let's see what kind of flies one would use here, and do we need to upgrade equipment like level 2 fly fishing equipment might not be sufficient, but let's first of all see like what kind of lure. Catfish, interesting. This would probably do more at the dam, as it has quite a few of the related, like 4/0 hook. Yeah, it looks like some insect actually pretty well with the streamer and all. Interesting. We also need probably better like level 12. Here we have a level 6, but only level 2 like fly fishing rod. So as we have level 6, let's also go for level 6 rod. And probably need a better fly reel, so a little bit of upgrades also for the fly setup. This looks pretty good as it's like nice metallic color. Alright. Let's still upgrade the fly setup and go for the dam. Kind of curious what we can do with the fly setup there, so the Amazon is still kind of a mystery, but because mostly the fly was fit for the fish that were available in the Kariba Dam, so let's go there and experiment a bit. It's been a while since been fly fishing. It's quite interesting because the rhythm matters a lot, so that you make the fly kind of like dart just above the water, so that it gets the fish interested to strike. Let's go to the probably one interesting spot would be like from here towards the dam, and most probably would like for fly fishing as much light as possible, so let's go like afternoon. There we go. Plenty of good light. Also like the kind of like the concrete industrial looks of the dam. And there we go. Fly fishing time. Nice straight cast. And then it's about keeping the rhythm. And then we keep getting the fly in and seeing. If we get anything. This far interest has been quite minimal, to say the least. Let's check like, are there fish? Yeah, there are some fish. Let's try the other direction on the sand bank still, but towards the rest of the river practically. Considering how we have fared experience-wise today, so made a bit of progress practically. It will be a long haul before we can do the Marlin proper, it seems like. The amount of experience required actually scales up quite a bit faster than thought. So here we go. Yeah, there actually is a limit exactly for that reason. Do believe it's limited to 1 or 2 per stream, so exactly for that reason, because otherwise it would be a stream of image missing as changing fursuit all the time. So actually there is a limit. Did think of that, to think back in the day when configured that, so yes. It seems we haven't really done anything with fly fishing here, which is interesting. Like, it would appear that there would be species that would respond to that fly, and we are practically getting nothing. So kind of wanting to try also in the lake we earlier did, as there are the flies that should work for. Work for the trout. So let's change fly and visit the Canadian lake shortly before finishing for tonight, as clearly this should work pretty well for at least some of the trout. (9/0) is pretty big. Let's try like this in the Canadian lake and see if there are any that would strike to that, as it earlier on would always warn like. Let's try fly fishing from the end of the lake with that. It's at least a really big fly, so curious whether that works either, because it would with the straight like spinning hook, it would warn that no fish this big in the area. Then the fly has only 5/0, so might be that that's a too big fly for the lake. Interesting to test, because that also gives some information for the. So let's like put afternoon and go to the end of the lake and see like should we use this or a smaller fly. Let's see if we can get any strikes. Not really, so let's try. Was this one? Yes, this was for some of the routes. Let's try this and with the 2/0. This looks a lot like, actually emulates kind of like some insect very well also. Let's test like 2.0 hook and see how that works. Alright, not much yet either. We are coming up to the 2 hours, as have very early morning tomorrow, going to raid somewhere once we are up to the 2 hours. So a few casts here still, and then we finish for tonight. A lot of varied fishing. We didn't yet again go ice fishing, but next time with this game do promise that we also go ice fishing. Then we will be probably tomorrow playing either MTG or even might be doing some Hearthstone, as there are new things to Hearthstone and haven't really played Hearthstone for a long while, so might also be doing that even, which kind of like has somewhat varying reputation, like some You know, to call Hearthstone out altogether as like not street cred worthy game, but do not care. It's also pretty fun, like lighter than MTG proper, so do not mind at all. Yeah, kind of fun, sure. Does fly fishing like do anything for us here? Kind of getting. Alright, quite strong cast. You can almost cast like 60 meters with the fly. That's pretty strong cast for sure. Like, kind of surprised we are getting no strikes at all for the fly. Because do remember that got some pretty big fish fly fishing in the beginner lake, so kind of like, why not? Yeah, wouldn't call fly fishing terribly successful here. Have one more cast and then we finish, would say. Yeah, clearly kind of like would imagine there are fish like with the hunter vision. Yeah, there are some fish, but kind of like fly fishing clearly isn't getting attention, at least here, so let's finish for tonight gradually here. So thank you for joining for again a couple of hours. Pretty nice though, not as like quick progression as last night, as the issue partially is that it of course gets harder to progress as the levels require much more experience. But otherwise it was very nice calm fishing for Sunday evening, and of course wish you a pleasant rest of the evening and night, and then we should see who we can raid. Been very good having you joining again, and it seems that again our good bat doesn't get counted, as it's like have 2 viewers, and by fact no, that do have 3 active viewers, so it's kind of like which doesn't like to count one of the regulars, so but whatever. Let's see who's on. Falamon seems to be playing World of Warcraft, would be maybe fun. Let's see. Yep, they are still playing. So let's raid them tonight. Ah, Leon is also on, yeah, VR chat. Not really quite as much into VR chat. So let's go for World of Warcraft for now. There we go, and once again wish you a pleasant rest of the evening and good night, and we'll see tomorrow most probably with MTG or Hearthstone. We'll see. Good night and see you tomorrow.